YouTube, my name is Legend of DS and welcome back to Can They Be DLC Season 2, Episode 5 I think. Could be wrong. Yeah, Episode 5. It's delayed a day. Yes, I've been kinda sick the last couple of days, and although yesterday I could have recorded this and probably still uploaded it in a quickly timely manner on time, I didn't really feel like it because after being kind of sick and like getting from work at 9 p.m. and having dinner, I was like, I'm done, I'll do this tomorrow. I really don't feel like and so yeah, that happened. But anyway, today obviously we're going to be talking about Sans, and before we get to Sans, let's talk about news. There aren't any. I mean, Hero still is yet to be released, which if it's not released by the 17th, I think, so by Wednesday, I think it's the 17th, then there won't be, the Hero won't be available to be in Evo's, at Evo. Why was I going to say Evo? At Evo, it won't be playable at Evo. So yeah, it's a thing now. If it's not by then it's not going to be there. So it's weird that Nintendo wouldn't be utilizing. I know they probably want to utilize. They are utilizing the Luminary as the main hero for Dragon Quest for publicity's sake, and they're not doing it at Evo, which we had the numbers released today, how many competitors are going to be part of it, and there's going to be a massive number of Smash fans. Smash has 3,500, I believe, over 3,500 participants. It's the #1 game of Evo this year. It's probably going to be the main event or the closer of the show. So we just have to wait and see now, don't we? But I do think we are going to be getting. If we don't get Hero by the 17th, then the Hero is only going to come out in August. I already think it's very unlikely because like this week, I'm looking at my calendar right here to know the days. Like this week is like the week of Marvel Ultimate Alliance, and although Nintendo's not pushing it, the marketing very hard for that game, they are for Fire Emblem. So I don't see it them talking about it too much as of now. Also, Pokemon got a new trailer. Which was neat, which is cool. I like the art. Pokemon looks good. I'm just gonna say that the controversies still surrounding it are dumb, and I'm not gonna. I might make a video about it. I don't know. It's a weird thing to talk about because if I give my opinion, I'll probably be called a Game Freak shill or apologist. I mean, we have people calling apologist arrogant to Joe Maverick from Cerebi because, you know, he's not spreading misinformation like some YouTubers are that have 500,000 views on a video that's bullshit, that has people circle jerking in a comment because, you know, they use Google Translate to do a translation, because that's far better than, you know, Joe Maverick and Serbi actually using a professional to do it, because a professional will only do it for the fame and money, clearly. Not a random YouTuber with 20,000 subscribers that's really exploding because of all the controversy surrounding Pokemon. You know, it's like Lax Chris. Lax Chris is gonna probably die. His channel is probably gonna disappear. And we probably won't hear from him until the next Smash game because of his anything it's done for Smash. I mean, the guy did I didn't even see it, I just saw people sharing it. I'm like, this is what we've come in the Smash community, or how people have come in YouTube to make clickbait and things using the 3 colors of the Switch Lite to make a case for the next DLC character in Smash. Because that's logical. I don't know. I mean, if people gave the time of day, or if more YouTube channels were coming up like Young Yeah, that would be cool. The fact of the matter is that channels right now that are becoming popular is for the dumbest reasons. It's a little dumb. It's a little dumb. And not mentioning for me, for only having a small number of subscribers, there's a shit ton of YouTube channels out there that are dudes are so talented, and they don't get attention, while guys spreading misinformation get a shit ton. Not even that, people posting actual arguments, people actually posting valid stuff get shut down because this one random dude that's using Google Translate. I've actually seen some people not being like any conversation surrounding Pokemon nowadays gets shut down by the negative Nancys, and it's guys like the aforementioned 500k views with 20,000 subscribers lying basically through his teeth about a game that's not even out, or you know, famously YouTubers utilizing a Japanese bootleg with stolen models of Pokemon and stolen animations from Pokken and other stuff that actually stealing your information, that we're saying that it put Game Freak to shame, despite the fact that that game had 60 Pokemon while Sword and Shield will absolutely have, at the bare minimum, 150 Pokemon. But you know, I'm not gonna get in. I should not get into it. Anyway. Let's move on and actually talk about the point of discussion for this video, which is not Gino. Why do I say Gino? I read Gino on screen. Which is Sans Undertale. I know that's not the name of it. It's a joke. Please don't kill me. And can Sans be DLC? Well, let's get started off by saying no. The short answer is no. So if you want to skip the rest of the video until like I get to the comments, which will only be one, go ahead. And to know who is the next episode, it's at the end, so but please stick around, maybe, or at least, you know, like the video or something. But long version, why won't Sans be in the game? Well, there's multiple reasons why Sans won't be in the game. The first one is most of its popularity comes from the fact that it's a meme, and it's the meme of Megalovania, which fun-ass song, really good song, probably playing right now. But that's it. Megalovania is the popular thing, so Megalovania could get in without Sans getting in. Sans also isn't, from everything that I've heard regarding Sans, I haven't played Undertale, but everything that I've heard about Sans is that he's not a fighter. He doesn't want to fight. Even in the playthrough where you have to, or you end up fighting him, I believe he doesn't want to fight or something like that. So please correct me if I'm wrong. I could absolutely be wrong about this. Again, didn't play Undertale. But there's one bigger reason why Sans won't be in the game as DLC or a base roster, and it's not because they're indie. Obviously, to me, if an indie character is going to be making it in Smash, it should be a character that has held the test of time, that the games have been proven to be to hold true. And I believe even Toby Fox has said he doesn't want Sans in Smash. Correct me if I'm wrong. But it's the one thing about Sans that makes him undeniably not going to be in the game, is the thing that every single franchise in Smash Bros. Shares. Every single franchise in Smash Bros. Has one thing in common. One thing. Technically speaking, there's two franchises that technically speaking don't share this, but even them go with this rule in a way, is that Sans is not a playable character. He's not the main character of his game. And that's it, basically. You could say, oh, that's another made-up rule by fans. Well, is it? Think about this for a second. In the original 12, how many characters were in that game that weren't the main character? Go ahead, I'll wait. You have one answer there. Oh, technically speaking, too. So technically speaking, there's three franchises that don't follow this rule. And it would be Pikachu and F-Zero. Both of them are from ensemble casts. But even then, Captain Falcon, and Pikachu are the mascots of those franchises. They're not the play, and very importantly, they are playable. They're not the main character, but they are playable in a way, in the sense of Pikachu, you know. Pikachu is the mascot of the Pokemon Company and the Pokemon. Same thing with Captain Falcon. And then, if you look at every other single console and every other single Smash Brothers and every single game, you get the same thing. The first character from Mario to make it in was Mario. The first character from Donkey Kong was DK. Same thing with the Zelda series. Who was first? The playable Link. Who was first in the Metroid series? Samus. Who was first in the Star Fox universe? Star Fox. From Earthbound? Ness. From who else? From Fire Emblem, the first character is the main character of the original Fire Emblem, Marth, and Roy, well, Roy was the clone that, let's be completely honest, if Smash Brothers Melee had been a year off or 2 years off or something like that, Roy would have never been in the game. It probably would have been his dad, Ellie would. And same thing for third parties. There's only one third party character, which Sans would be, that isn't technically speaking the main character either of their own game or the majority of the series, and that would be Ryu. Because technically speaking, Cloud is the main character. He's a part of an ensemble cast, and it's a part of a rotating cast like Pokemon and Fire Emblem, Xenoblade, and other franchises in Smash, or ensemble casts like F-Zero and Street Fighter. But Cloud is the main character of Final Fantasy VII and Advent Children. I believe Advent Children is its own. No, it's not Advent Children, it's its own game. It's something else I'm forgetting. I'm drawing a blank right now. I actually know this one, but I'm drawing a blank. It's probably going to come up to me in like 5 minutes from now, and I'm like, oh, here it is. Here's the game I was thinking about, and unless I'm really mistaking him with somebody else. I know other Final Fantasy characters have had main protagonist roles outside of their own games, but still. And the only character that really is from an ensemble cast that's not a main character that is in Smash, and the first character in Smash for that franchise, is technically speaking Ryu. But even Ryu, again, it's the main character in Street Fighter. He's the main mascot. Everybody knows Ryu basically, and it's the same thing basically if we get a character from Mortal Kombat or what's the other fighting game? Or Tekken. Jesus. If we get Tekken, it's probably going to be Heihachi. Why? Because Heihachi, although a non-playable villain in the arcade version of the original Tekken, he's pretty much the main character nowadays. It's the most recognizable character nowadays. Same thing with Scorpion. Scorpion is not the main character. That would be Liu Kang if I'm not mistaken, or if I say the name right, or Raiden. I would think probably those are the main characters. But even if they were main characters in story, Scorpion is still the mascot of the franchise. He's still the thing. While Sans, on the other hand, is not a part of an ensemble cast. He's a part of a very specific RPG, and the franchise. It's not really a franchise. We have one game, which was, I'm not saying it's good or bad, I haven't played it, has one game and one cameo in the first chapter of the sequel. Is that really I mean, let's be completely honest, if we're gonna get a indie character, I think Shantae has earned her right to be it, or quote, but mostly Shantae. Shantae has had 4 games, with the 5th one coming next year, I think. Shantae now even has an anime opening, basically. It's moving up to the big leagues in terms of budget, if I'm not mistaken. And Sans has one, and maybe even Shovel Knight could be a good pick for the first indie character in Smash. Sure, it only had one game, but although it had one game, it had, technically speaking, multiple ones, because it had Treasure Trove, which also included the Spectre Knight and King Knight, playthroughs. So basically, although they were expansions, they were technically speaking a franchise in a way. It's like GTA. GTA 1 and 2 are not really GTAs the way we know them today, but GTA 3, Vice City and San Andreas are basically the same game with expansions. I would consider that to be one block of games, or even better, GTA 4. That's a block of games, but technically speaking, you can consider each Ballad of Gay Tony and The Lost and the Damned as separate stories and expansions, or I believe they were even released at one point as separate games physically from GTA 4, because they had the content for it, and I believe the same thing here could happen. If they wanted to, they could just sell I forget the name of the King Knight thing, but it's Spectre of something for Torment? Is it Torment for Spectre Knight? Their campaigns as singular games, and they would fit as singular games, to be completely honest with you. Now obviously will we get another Shovel Knight? Probably. It's like, I don't know what they're gonna go with, if there's gonna be Super Shovel Knight, or Shovel Knight 64, Shovel Knight Cube, I don't know. I think they already confirmed they're gonna be working on it as soon as the last thing they released, which I forget. I think King of Cards was the name of the King expansion, but Sans doesn't have from that, and there is a leak that I'll be discussing not really discussing, I'll be discussing a character that was a part of a leak with Frisk, and that's going to be the episode after the next one because I want to take a little break from memes, and it's a video that I honestly, the one after that, that will be weird for me. It's one that I didn't think was even needing to be done, but apparently people still believe shit that's everything that read on the internet, Michael. But anyway, let's get on to the comments from the last episode for Gino. We only have, once again, only one, and once again, from the main man himself, Terry Servinson, saying Gino is a spirit on Ultimate. Thank you for correcting me. I did not know. I think it's been a week and I was kind of sick for a little bit of it. I think I said I was 100% sure that if Gino was or wasn't a spirit in the game. I know he was a picture, but thank you for correcting me, and it is a spirit. Okay, so if the Gino me costume doesn't return, that means could become a that means let me drink something. Wait, a little bit of juice. I'm getting my throat dry. Okay, and my tongue was all dried up as well. Okay, doesn't return, then that means, okay, if the Gino Me costume doesn't return, that means Gino could become a playable character through DLC, but whether he'll be in the Fighter's Pass or an extra character added to the Fighter's Pass is unknown until we see what Me costumes will come alongside Hero. In regards to Sans, I don't think any Undertale representation will be added to Smash Ultimate, but if we do get Undertale representation, it will be only in the form of Me costumes and or spirits. I have to agree with the Undertale thing, and I do think if we do get an indie character, that's how we're going to get most of the other indies in the game through Me costumes and spirits, because Shantae is the only spirit from indies, if I'm not mistaken. I know Shovel Knight has an Assist Trophy, but I don't think it has anything else. And when you think about it, I think the Ultimate, had it not been, Ultimate and everyone is here, I almost feel like Shantae and Shovel Knight would have been playable just because of the whole being the only two indie characters with representation. Maybe I'm reading way too much into the situation, but I feel like there's characters that I can almost taste the fact that they were not in the game because of not just timing in the case of Rex and Pyra, or because Sakurai doesn't like to start a character before the game goes live or the game is done, like it happened with Roy and Fire Emblem. So I don't think ARMS would have gotten representation anyway, but I feel like if the game had not been let's bring everybody back and some characters were in fact cut or some characters weren't going to return, like for example, it's pretty obvious Cloud probably wasn't going to return if it wasn't for Sakurai and Nintendo insisting on the everyone is here. Cloud probably would have not come back, and I don't think Hero would have made it into the DLC as well. I think that would have gone with somebody else outside of Square just because of how difficult it is to negotiate with Square. But yeah, if we get an indie character like Shantae, maybe Quote, it's the only other one that I can see right now as an indie character coming in. Maybe Hollow Knight, or I think it's just called The Knight. Could be the DLC ones, but I think it should be a character that has had a long-lasting effect with a lot of games. I could see like Undertale and other indies, again Quote and Hollow Knight, getting, or and more, getting in a Smash with spirits and DLC, or not DLC, costumes, maybe even being one of the biggest packs that we'll be getting, because it would be with so many different companies. Maybe, that's obviously speculation. I mean, obviously on the spirit side would probably be the easiest thing to, not the easiest thing, but you get what I mean. In terms of negotiating with people would probably be the easiest side to do. And with Gino, yeah, I'm right now kind of in a thing of like, if DLC for the DLC for Ultimate is taking a little bit of too long, I guess, in a way, because like it seems like it's going to be very poorly timed. That's the word I'm looking for. Because Joker, I guess they wanted to. I know they wanted to announce Joker with the Game Awards to sell the Fighter's Pass, and Smash Ultimate was coming at the same night, so it was time and convenience. But like Joker, like Piranha Plant came out in late January. Then Joker came out in mid-April. We're mid-July right now. It's been over 2 months since, no, it's actually been over 3 months now since, or about to be 3 months since Joker came out. And the hero won't be out, if the hero is not out until, say, the end of this week. We won't be getting it till most likely, I would wager, mid-August, because they don't want to go in on the game. They're not going to go in while selling DLC for Hero in June, right in the middle of the hype cycle, or while trying to sell Fire Emblem Three Houses, and then the week afterwards, dropping a patch on the week of Evo while the game at Evo, which is going to get a lot of attention. It has the most has the most contestants. It's probably going to be the closing act of Evo. It just doesn't make much sense to, if you're not going to have the character there, to release it that day, so maybe delay another week. So it would probably will be getting it like on the 7th or the 8th, and I could totally see like a direct announcement at Evo, like on the 3rd or the 4th when the tournament is, just saying like, by the way, there's an information dump happening on the 7th or the 8th of August, like they did last year. And that would be like 3.5 months, or almost close to 4. It could even be 4 months between Joker and the Hero. And then from August until February, that's 6 months roughly, is it? Yeah, 6 months basically from that, with 3 characters to drop, when we got 8 months, almost 9 months basically, from the announcement of Joker and the game coming out to Hero and having 3 characters out. So it's either going to be very compact of like Banjo-Kazooie right off the gate in October. Then in December we get Character 4, and then Character 5 comes out in February. My opinion, my speculation right now is that maybe Sakurai, I mean obviously Hero might be taking long because of the gimmick that it has of like the 4 specials on everything, and we haven't seen the stage, so we don't know the gimmick of the Hero stage. What I think could be happening is that Nintendo's like, Smash Ultimate is selling fucking amazing, the Fighters Pass is selling fucking amazing. Here's what we want to do, like around April, not even behind April, maybe before that. We're like, here's what we want to do. We want to get a Fighters Pass for like first party, third party is going to be just this Fighter Pack. We decided Fighters Pass for Season 1 is just going to be third parties. So we want to do another one with just first party to promote games that we have, or that are coming up, or because we like the money, and yeah, third parties bring in the most amount of hype, but after we give them everything that we have given them, I think we have a little leeway to do whatever we want. And Gino, I think, could be one of the characters that acts in as the bonus, like, hey, you bought DLC season, we bought the Fighters Pack 1, here's a bonus. And by the way, we're doing another season, here's an example, like, here's a new character coming, and it's, let's see, what would be the first character they would announce for a first party Fighters Pack? Either Pokemon or Xenoblades. I don't think they would go in immediately with no, actually no, they could announce the Fire Emblem character right off the gate because of announcing Geno, and be like, okay, so Geno comes out, let's say that February, yeah, April, yeah, it's the free character, it comes out in April, we've already been working on it, it's a bonus. It's not a character that would need a lot of negotiating for because it will not come in with its own, with anything. It will be like Chronoplan, just dropping in with the fighter spirit, 2 fighter spirits, and that will be it, basically, for Geno. And with that, I think it will be pretty easy for them to negotiate. The problem with Geno about being a part of a fighters pack, in Smash 4 you didn't have this problem, but in this one you would have a problem of like, you have to get music, you have to get the stage, you have to get the spirit battles. Then he has to come, probably he's going to come with Mii costumes. And having it separated from the Fighters Pack would probably be the easiest thing than putting it all together. And having the Fighters Pack be the being like the final presentation, like, okay, and we're doing one more season, by the way. We decided to do it because of your support, even though we didn't have anything ready. And we're doing another season because of how the game has been doing, how well it did. So we're adding this, and by the way, if you own Fighters Pack 1, and if you buy Fighters Pack 1 until end of February, probably, here's what you get as a bonus, an extra bonus, and it's spam Geno, and they're like, oh, by the way, here's because of like getting the hype of Geno, people would honestly be like, oh, fuck Edelgard, or fuck Bliath, oh, but we got Geno, so fuck yeah, I don't care. After everything that we've already gotten, Yeah, people probably would still be complaining, but not too much. It's like when Chrome was announced. Nobody really cared. Nobody was really upset about it. And probably because a lot of the problems with Corrin, I feel also came from the fact that Corrin was a character that we didn't know in the West. The game was out in Japan, but not out in the West yet. So it suffered from that. And I think I covered that pretty well. I might have deviated a little bit from the comment, and if I did, I apologize. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I've been a Legend of the S-Room again next time for, a character that I feel like I'm gonna be one of the few characters I actually have to say the name of the franchise, because I feel like people are gonna know the name, might know the character, but not by name. So anyway, next week's episode will be about Ryu Hayabusa from the Ninja Gaiden series. So I'll see you guys next time.